Good morning. Today I'm going on a trip and you are going with me. It feels so weird to be off the homestead, even if it is for just a few days. For those of you who are new around here, hi, I'm Ashley, and our family is building a hyperadobe roundhouse in Arizona. And in that roundhouse, I do plan on building a lot of the cabinets and furniture. At least that's the hope. Now, I know it's going to be a long time before we get to the point of adding furniture and cabinets, but that's why I'm so excited about today's sponsor, Woodworkers Guild of America. Woodworkers Guild of America is your online resource for ideas, instructions, and information. They offer so many instructional videos from cabinet making, furniture making, joinery, and so much more. If you have questions about shellac or veneer or how to make your curly maple pop, you should definitely join Woodworkers Guild of America. Even if you're an experienced woodworker, there's videos that I'm sure will enhance your skills. And if you're a creative maker like me, you'll find that their tips and tricks for even the smallest projects are helpful. The first 1,000 of you to click the link in the video description will get a full year of premium membership to Woodworkers Guild of America for only $1.49. Since today's video is about woodworking and being creative, I know just the place to go.
We recommend that you begin powering down and storing larger electronic devices.
Welcome to my dad's workshop. In this shop, there is so many woodworking tools, like, we got a massive table saw here. We have the planer. We have a wood lathe. We have a shaper. We've got a bandsaw. That's what we'll be using today. And, drill press. Like, anything that you can imagine, he's probably got it. Except he doesn't have a track saw, because I asked. Today, the plan is to take this log from a redbud tree out back and turn it into something useful. We'll see if we can do it. Woodworkers Guild of America has a video of how to cut a log on a bandsaw. Obviously, you don't want to just roll a round object through a bandsaw. That's a bad idea. So we're going to watch that video and figure out how to make a 90-degree jig that we can attach this to so we can safely cut it.
Okay, so just because Ashley gets to go gallivanting across the country and build fun woodworking projects with her dad doesn't mean that life stands still on the homestead. So, just so happens that before she left, the mini split in the solar shed started leaking. Not really leaking, but the condensation is dripping inside the solar shed, which is obviously not good. Now, the weird thing is, because usually when this happens, and I'll show you here, these tubes have a tendency to get clogged, right? So I've just taken it off here now. They have a tendency as the water slowly drips to get like a film or a gunk, and it kind of clogs things up, and usually you just take a vacuum and kind of suck that part out and it'll keep going. Also, sometimes bugs climb up in there and that clogs it. So we noticed the other day that it had started to drip inside the shed. However, it is still dripping out here, so I've got some theories. Let's go inside. This is kind of funny because we just installed that mini split in the Airstream the other day, the brand new one, and we talked about maintenance just a little bit. But yes, these things do definitely have some things you got to keep an eye on. And one of the main things is there's a drip tray that kind of goes right under here, and as it cools, it creates condensation, it falls into that tray, it runs all the way across, and then it goes out that tube at the back like we just looked at. Yes, it can get gunked up, especially with all the dust and the dirt here, and so the water will end up with this sort of like black slimy stuff in it that you kind of have to keep an eye on. Here's my guess, because if it's still coming out here, but it's dripping over on this side, my guess is that somewhere in the tray there's like some sludge, right? And it's almost acting like a dam, and it's keeping the water from going from this side over to this side out of the tube. So I have to take the face of this off. We have to disassemble a few things and get to it. We're gonna see what's going on. Now the first step is obviously you wanna shut your power off to this thing because you're gonna take the covers off and expose some of the circuits. So that's already done, pulled my disconnect outside. So then I have to get this off. And in order to do that, we've got to get access to the clip. See, there's a little clip right here. I just need to disconnect. I'm always so nervous. I'm going to break this thing. I need it. Okay. Then this guy just comes right off. Then there's two screws right here. Then we take the louver off. The louver. Then once you do that, there's a little hidden screw under this tab. I did watch a video and make notes, by the way. This is how I'm remembering to do this, because I totally don't remember how to do all this all the time. Then we pop our filters off, which I'm gonna clean all this stuff, by the way, because it's gross. Then we've got these three little clips right here so that we can disconnect this white housing here from the big unit. There's also some clips up here which we want to undo. There we go. All right, this took a little work, but I think finally figured it out. I tried to take the drip pan down, but it's all like attached, and the only way to get to it is to disconnect the coils, like you're going to replace the blower motor, which I've done. I didn't want to get into that because it's a whole thing. But thankfully what I was able to do is I've got some spray evaporative cleaner, and so these coils were in really bad shape. Really bad. So I did a couple of runs on them, and then I sprayed them down with water after, and what that stuff does is it dissolves all the gunk, right? And so thankfully, as it dissolved the gunk off here, it also dissolved the stuff in the tray, and so it seems like it's all flowing through really good now. So I'm going to dry this up a little bit, and then we will put it all back together. We'll run it for 30-45 minutes to make sure that all this foam and stuff condensates out. We'll keep an eye on the drain tube outside. But I think we finally figured it out. So, one to do on the checklist. Done.
have a slight change of plans because the log broke. But I'm still determined to make little boxes out of this redwood tree from my yard. My childhood home yard. Yeah. We're just gonna have to figure out a different way to do it. Okay, here we have a broken piece that I've already cut the bottom and the top. I've drilled a hole for the pen to have a swivel top. Now I just need to cut this middle section out to make the middle part of a drawer. You'll see. Next step, we gotta glue that together where I cut it. We are taking one of my dad's rounds that he's already turned on a lathe, and we're gonna make something out of that. This is the part where you have to be really flexible and creative, okay? This is where I'm gonna leave you. I'm making something for my sisters and I. Just another memory of this tree. This one's gonna be really cool. I'll show you what it looks like at the end because I just need to get to work and not record. But I promise I will show you what it looks like when we're done.
Today it's time for another episode of Organize That Garage. Guys, it's not bad. Listen, overall, we organized it a while back. I'll link to that video here. Still pretty organized, but our workspace in the back is kind of trashed. We have all this random stuff. We have a bunch of stuff that we need to take to storage that doesn't belong in here. We need to reorganize some of our tool situations too. After some time in using this, I'm realizing some of this setup doesn't work. Some of the stacking and the heights of shelves and the way you access things. Anyway, I'm going to try to get this cleaned up so that when Ashley gets back, it's usable again. We're definitely going to need this. Now I know what you're thinking. Man, it's looking pretty organized in here. You know, like stuff seems like it goes on the shelf and the spot it's supposed to go. You can actually walk through here. Yeah, still got to figure that out. Alright, making some progress. I've got a trash pile. I've got stuff I haven't done anything with yet. I'm getting some things organized. But it's lunchtime and the kids are hungry, so I got to figure out what we're going to do for lunch. Okay, so I realized that today is one of the 2 days or 3 days a week that our dump is open, and they're open very weird hours. So I've got about 20 minutes to get over there before they close, so I loaded up the back of the truck with everything I had found in the garage so far that needed to be thrown away. Run down there and dump that, and then we will finish cleaning up the garage. So does anyone else get any like weird spots on their dirt roads where it's like this one little wash runs through it and it just creates a crater? It's like so bad it'll destroy your axles when you drive over it. We have this one spot on our road that it can like hardly rain at all, but this one little trench will just, it's like so deep. And yeah, I've definitely forgotten about it a few times and was worried I like cracked an axle or something. Anyway, they put a little marker up this time. That's how bad it was. It's like the worst it's been in a long time. Anyway, let's get to the dump and get these dropped off. Okay, we are back. I gotta say, I mean, that's not bad. I feel like I can do that. So I'm gonna get this wrapped up, and then we have some stuff to do over at the house pad with the kids.
I am loving these little boxes. It was so fun to get to come and see my family and be creative. This makes me so excited for maybe one day we'll have a garage and be able to have some tools and be able to just make things for fun. It's something I definitely miss about having a house, is just having the space and freedom to like create anytime I want. But we'll get there eventually, one day at a time. Just gotta get that house done.
Okay, last project of the day before Ashley gets back. We are going to clean up the house pad. So first of all, our dirt material pile, we have another load coming in. So we're moving all the cement mixers and the shovels and all the stuff that we have here on the dirt so it doesn't get buried when they dump more on. So that's the first step. Second, all of those rocks and like heavy things that we had on top of the vapor barrier, we stacked it all here. I'm going to get rid of this, so we're going to load all this stuff up and take it over to our material pile. And then we've just got some other trash that we got to get cleared up. We don't need the hardware cloth anymore, so we'll take that station down. Yeah, it's not too bad, but I really just want to get all this out of the way because some of it's getting in the way when we're maneuvering the wheelbarrows around. So we're going to get it cleaned up when she comes back, be ready to work on the next course. I've been waiting for this day for a very long time. The hardware cloth, this abomination of a material that we've wrapped around all the foundation to keep rodents out. Yeah, we're gonna take this out because we're done and I don't want to look at it anymore. Ada, can you help me? Okay. So we're gonna need to do a little maintenance on our dolly system. So we're just gonna take this over to the garage and get ready to build this later before we start the next course. Otherwise, I think we just got a bunch of crap we gotta put in this wheelbarrow and take over to our thing. So as you can see here, we have a pile of rocks. It's not just any rocks. We have several types. First, there are the decorative rocks that we just got on the property that we'll likely use to put around plants and landscaping. We want to save those and keep them separate. And we have full-on cinder blocks. We're going to try to stack all together. We have pieces of cinder block that we're going to stack together. And it looks like we also have those deck post things that we'll probably keep all those together too. And just for fun, we have random bits of concrete where we poured something and we dug it up and this is what was left. I don't know what we're going to do with those, but yeah, just trying to keep it organized. What do you think? Is it concrete or is it rock?
I honestly don't know.
It's breaking apart like concrete. But the way it's weathered, it almost looks like a rock.
Maybe it's more cement.
Yeah, could be. I bet it's the edge of a concrete bag that got wet. That's my guess.
You ready to see what I made? You guys can switch around who gets what, but it's from the tree at the playhouse at Grandma Grandpa's.
Oh, wait,
Cut down the tree?
No, he just trimmed it and had pieces, so I made these.
So like for spicy. I feel like a little spicy.
No, it's just like you can put little things in it. And then this one I made for myself.
Ooh, that was kind of hard.
Yeah, I tried to keep all of them with bark, but that particular part of the tree, the pieces just kept falling apart. So that's the inside. I thought it was cool. Cute little boxes. You have to keep them forever.